Did you forget about Aaron Rodgers? We haven't. And with last week's 6 TD performance in the first half, safe to say he's now in the conversation for the league's MVP. And no, I'm not talking about the most valuable photobomber. We welcome back this man right here, David Hurley. Great to have you.
Glad to be here.
To his right is Pierre Yannopoulos. Great to welcome you back.
It was a pleasure.
And we welcome to the show, Pierre. It's Juste great to see you. Gentlemen, pretender or contender, Aaron Rodgers, MVP. He's done some incredible things in his career. He's won it before. Is it too early to tell that he'll be the MVP this season? Do you think he's a pretender or a contender? I'll start with you, David.
I think he's a pretender, to be honest. I mean, look, he's played against Detroit, he's played against Seattle, and he's played against New Orleans, and he's lost both those games, or all three of those games. He hasn't really stood out. He's beat up on the Bears. I mean, he's got close to 10 touchdowns in the last 2 games against the Bears, but he doesn't really beat up on a good defensive team. So I think he's a pretender, and I see him being in the top 3, but he's not going to win the MVP this year.
Personally, I think he's definitely a contender. You just see what his body of work is. Not only when he steps onto the field, he gives the team an opportunity to win. He has that championship pedigree. And if you look at his statistics right now, you're talking about 25 touchdowns and only 3 interceptions. The only guy who has that as well, with 3 interceptions, is Tom Brady. I think that what he brings to the table is an element that he could dominate a game. Obviously, it's still early in the season, but the Green Bay Packers, and with all due respect to the Arizona Cardinals, I think that, and the Philadelphia Eagles, and I love my Dallas Cowboys, but I think that...
we got one of those.
We got the whole other side that's a Cowboys.
But at the end of the day, I think that with Seattle, who's struggling, I think that Green Bay are the favorites to come out of the NFC this year, and it's the sole reason is Aaron Rodgers.
I disagree. I think definitely pretender. You look at some of the guys who are playing really well right now, including Andrew Luck.
Andrew Luck.
I mean, he's playing incredibly well. And again, you know, the thing about the MVP is we're talking about that right now, right? And it's a long season. Even though we're on
midway.
week 10, we're moving on, we're midway.
We're not at the end of the season.
But there's still a lot of football to be played, and a Aaron Rodgers in good shape is scary.
Yeah,
absolutely.
He's an incredible quarterback.
You mentioned Andrew Luck. I'm looking at Aaron Rodgers, a guy that's done it before. Andrew Luck, second or third year. I have Aaron Rodgers. He's comfortable. You know that with him, you always have a chance to win. The team has done it before. They won a Super Bowl a couple of years back. I just feel like he's, bottom line, the best quarterback.
Well, we're not debating that he's a bad quarterback or a good one.
Yeah.
He's definitely a great quarterback.
Yeah.
But I think right now it's definitely Andrew Luck's to lose. He's got 500 yards more in passing.
Yeah, but
he's got one more touchdown.
He has 9 interceptions.
He has 8 interceptions, but he also has 130 yards rushing and 2 TDs rushing, which is pretty impressive for a third-year quarterback in the league. He's starting to read defenses. Like Peyton Manning does, and I don't like Peyton Manning, and I think we're all agree on. We've heard
there's a little dab there.
He's definitely reading defenses and giving his team in Indianapolis a chance to win game in, game out, and he's going deep, and he's going deep a lot. T.Y. Hilton leading the league in receiving.
I'd be curious to ask you, or any of you, that when you already win it, right? So you've already been there to uncharted territory. When it comes to the ballot box and these MVP or prior MVP winners have another great season, do you think that leads them into favor? It gives them any kind of edge with regards to them winning it for a second time? It's almost as if you win it once, you can win it numerous times.
The body of work counts for something.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm the basketball guy, so I'll bring a basketball analogy, right? Steve Nash, right? He won it the first time. Voters were enamored with him. They loved Steve Nash. That second year, he won it over Shaquille O'Neal. A lot of people will say, well, Shaq was the most dominant player probably of all time. He had the better season, but voters, it's tricky of who's voting, right? Is it the players? It's not. It's a lot of the voters. So we talk about Peyton Manning, right? He won the award last year. You talk about MVP. He's the guy. Take Peyton Manning away from Denver. What happens? You look at Tim Tebow, right? Tim Tebow brought Denver to a division championship, won a playoff game with that same core, with that same team, right? You take him out, they still did it. Take away Aaron Rodgers from the Green Bay Packers.
Exactly. But then if we use that analogy, then take away Brady from the Patriots, and it's
going to be tough.
It's going to be tough, but it's like you mentioned, it's valuable in terms of being valuable right now. If you're Aaron Rodgers, if you take him off his team's going to drop off way more than the Patriots would or the Colts would.
But doesn't that supplement?
And it supplement to that the division that they play in. I think there's no denying that the AFC South is a way worse division than in the NFC North at the moment.
Yes,
you take a look at Detroit and the Packers. They have to fight head to head. I'm not exactly sure.
I really like Detroit
playing in that NFC. And Aaron Rodgers has proved it, right? When he won the Super Bowl, he won that Super Bowl, he had to win 3 games on the road as a wild card, and he did that. To me, obviously, Brady and Payne are always there, but you're looking at a guy in his prime right now who's won the award before.
Yeah.
He is the most dominant quarterback in the NFL right now. And with all due respect to Andrew Luck, we got to see a little bit more from him.
Yeah.
But 25 touchdowns and only 3 interceptions, 68% completion
But
rate. That to me says that he's the number one
It
guy.
kind of goes to
Leads
the
in-
defenses that they played. They've played not the best defenses. The 3 games he's played against, well, 2 games he's played against good defenses in Seattle and in Detroit, he's lost. And if he's lost to those guys, what's he going to do in the future when he plays Detroit again, which is probably the team that's going to win the
But
NFC
be
North.
honest, in terms of a guy that's done it before, you know that Aaron Rodgers has done it before. If you take both guys, Andrew Luck and Aaron Rodgers, you know for a fact that he can take you to the promised land. Can you say the same for Andrew Luck? I'm not exactly sure.
One thing that I do know, it was great to have you on the show. Congratulations on all your success. Great to have you. We look forward to having you back. For those who might not know you or know what you do, where can they catch you and some of the stuff that you're involved with?
Well, we're starting our 3rd season with RDS basketball, NCAA, where our first game will be on December 9th. So I'll be a TV insider and the TV analyst once again heading into the March Madness. Obviously still working on TSN Radio as the NBA insider. The Raptors are doing good, guys. First place in the Eastern Conference. But we're busy doing those 2 things, and I'll love to come back on your show. Absolutely, guys.
Great to see you. Thanks for doing this. Stay with us. The Spread is up next.